previous video whereby we promoted a domain, right? And one of the feature that we did in a domain is the ADDS, which is the Active Directory domain services. And we're gonna continue by creating users now. All right, so let's get into it. All right, just let me log in and let's get into it. All right, so there are several ways we can create the user accounts. We can go from the server manager and hit tools, and we could go on Active Directory users and computers, or we could go from the stats menu and administrative tools and also users and computers. All right, so we're gonna go on from the start menu. Let me just minimize this window. All right, so first thing first, what we're gonna do, we're gonna see how many computers are connected to the domain. From the previous video, we have two systems connected. We have Andrew PC and Mark Jones PC. So we're gonna go on properties and delegation. So we're gonna create a trust, establish a trust delegation for this both PCs. Click apply. All right, this is more or less we're gonna the domain controller is allowing a trust relationship between the computers. All right, and click apply. Okay. All right, so and then we're going into now same directory, users and computers. We're going on to users. All right, and we're going to create our own user profile. All right, so we're just going to right click anywhere in this field. All right, and click new and come down to user. All right, so first name, we if it's a name of an organization or any name, we're just gonna go random names. All right, I'm gonna go with Happy as the first name, last name Gilmore. All right, full name is Happy Gilmore. All right, so the logon user logon name now, we're just gonna abbreviate it. This needs to be unique, right? This needs to be unique for the domain, the entire domain. All right, so I'm just gonna go with H Gilmore. Click next. All right, so it's gonna ask you for a password. We're gonna uncheck this option. We don't want it to change. User cannot change the password because we are in control of it. We're gonna control the entire domain from this server. All right, and password never expires. So we're just gonna go with a password. All right, confirm the password. Right, and that's it. We have created a default user. Right, that's a default user. So this user can log in on any system once it's connected to the domain. Right, and we're going to create one more user as we have two clients. All right, so several ways we can do that. We can either go back and click new and start from all over again, or we could just go and click copy and copy the user details. Right, however, before we copy the user, let's just go into this user, right, and see exactly what it entails. Right, so from general, we can put this person details in terms of the job description, the office phone number, email address, web page, right, where they live and stuff, the address, right, and account now. Right, so in case the person locks the account, we can unlock the account. We can have some other features from account features whereby if you scroll through, you can see the user could change, so password, reversible encryption, smart card, account is sensitive, and we could have different types of encryption on the account, and we can also have the account if we want it to expire for a certain duration if the person is on contract. We can also have specific hours that person can work so that they wouldn't have access to the domain at a specific time. All that you can do from right here. All right, we can also log on to, right, this we'll cover this on another video which we'll do with group policies. Right, so there's so much options that can be done, and we can tailor it per specific array of options that we can based on your organization. All right, this is profiles. right? We'll touch on this when we are creating a roaming profile. And yeah, these are the options, and this is about it for that user. So I'm just gonna copy this user, right, and give her another user name, John Smith, and this will be J Smith. Remember, the user logon info has to be unique, right? Right, so you see it pull the exact same information that we had. Right, just let me type back this. Right, and that's it. So we've created 2 successful users, right? And that's pretty much creating users. Okay, so what we just did, we created users. So we're gonna change one of these users that we created into a roaming profile, right? So in order to do that, right, we're just gonna go into the C drive, right, and we're just gonna name anyway in C drive. We're just gonna create a folder, right? Just name it data. Right, so data. So this is basically what we're doing. We're gonna create this folder so that we can have all the details for this information stored in this drive, right? So we're just gonna allow and properties, and we're gonna allow sharing. Right, click share, click to everyone, add, and allow everyone to read and write. Click share. Right, so that's the copy the link, click done, just go on advanced sharing, permissions, everyone. Alright, great. Alright, so excellent. Okay. Alright, so just go back now into this user. So we're going to use John Smith properties, and we're going to go on profile, right? And we're going to paste that folder that we created in his roaming path. So everything that John Smith does, it's going to store in that shared folder that we just created. Right? No, that's not the file. Alright, so in case the file doesn't copy properly, I'm gonna go back here now. So now we have the path link, and we could paste this now, and we're just going to use our warmy command, right, which is \% type in the username %, right, and click apply. Right, so basically what that command does, it reveals the current username associated with the active session, which is the J Smith that we just did. Alright, and we click OK, and that's it for the roaming profile. Now in IT, we just have to ensure that it works. Right, so we're just gonna test it, right, and we're gonna log into. Alright, so Mark Jones was a local account, but we're now gonna log into the domain. So whilst Windows 11 is logging into John Smith, I'm gonna pull up Windows 10 to log in with H. Gilmore as the other user. Right, so as this new profiles, it's going to take a little while for it to actually put up. So I'm just going to pause this video. Okay, great. So both client system has boot up. This one, it's Windows 10 was logged in with Happy Gilmore, and Windows 11 was logged in with John Smith, right? John Smith and Happy Gilmore, right? Great. So John Smith is the roaming profile. I'm just gonna log out on Windows 11, Windows 10, sorry, for Happy Gilmore, because this is not a roaming profile. This is just a username. Whatever is done on this workstation will remain on this workstation. Right, so I'm just gonna sign out with this, and I'm just gonna show you how the roaming profile works. So what the roaming profile works now is all data that is done on this system, it can be transferred to any other system. You can log in with John Smith can log in on Windows 10, Windows 11, as long as connected to the domain, his data will move with him, right? He can roam basically, right? So we're just gonna name a folder. We're gonna name it roam. Go with me, right? Right, so this is logged in on Windows 11, right? And whatever, he could probably do files in this, and it can actually go whatever system he logs in now on this terminal on the domain, it will just move, right? So I'm just going to power off the Windows 11 now, right? Shut down, right? And now I'm going to log in another user now, John Smith. Now say for whatever reason John Smith Windows 11 system is giving trouble, so I'm going to log in now on Windows 10 because he's using an X terminal, but it's logged in on the same domain. Right, and this folder that we created, go with me, it should appear on his desktop as well. Right, and that's what is known as a roaming profile. The data is not constrained to one workstation. The user could actually go throughout the domain, whatever system, as long as it's connected to the domain, they will have their data with them, right? Mind you, all the data is being stored on the server itself, so the organization just has to be mindful. If everybody wants a roaming profile, they have to have the resources to allow that. Right? In other words, the server has to have a lot of capabilities depending on the size of the organization. So all these things has to be considered when you're actually planning on getting a server done for an organization, right? So go with me, it appears on the Windows 10 system because he has a roaming profile, and that's basically how our roaming profile works. All right, so we're gonna look at creating a home folder. So basically what a home folder does or is, it's a localized folder on the server itself, and I can give permissions to specific users, whoever wants access to the folder. So I'm going to show you and what basically I'm talking about. So for instance, this is the home folder is done on the server itself, right? So in documents, let's say I want to share a folder amongst the accounts departments. Alright, so I'm just gonna name whatever files is in accounts. Right, just gonna click on properties and sharing. Right, so I'm gonna allow it to share. Right, click to everyone. Find people. Oh. Yeah, click to everyone, allow it, add, and so that they could read and write. Alright, click share. Alright, copy the link, click done, upon sharing, share this folder. Alright, so I'm going to share it as accounts, I'm going to leave it as accounts. Alright, apply, okay. right? So I just want to get this exact same. Alright, so I'm now going to this PC and we're going to map the drive now to that home folder that we created. Right, so this PC, map drive, map network drive. So you're just going to give it any name, any letter. We're going to go with O, and we're going to find now where this folder that we just created. We're going to browse. Alright, it's on Windows and it's in accounts because it was shared, and you click OK. You're going to select this option, reconnect at sign in. So every time the user signs in, it's going to reconnect this folder. Right, I'm just going to copy this link and click finish. Go into properties on the drive. We have already mapped the drive. We just going to go into properties and ensure that the security options is allowed. Alright, everyone, we're going to click add, not add, cancel, edit. Click on advanced. Alright, we're going to look for the exact user details. J Smith. I'm going to click find now, and J Smith is popped up. We're going to click OK. Alright, click OK, and as you see now, J Smith has permissions. We're just going to click allow, full authority, apply. Alright, this options is going to come up asking you if you want to go ahead. You would have inherited permissions. You can click yes. Alright, and John Smith now has access to this file, and we're just going to go back into user now, right, and ensure that he does. Right, accounts. Alright, great, excellent. Right, so as in IT, we're just going to make sure that John Smith has access to that home folder that we created on the server. Right, so for instance, the accounts department would just have, if John Smith is part of the accounts department, he would only have access to that folder itself. Right, so this is on the server, but we're going to log into the client. Right, this is Windows 10. We're going to log into and ensure that John Smith has access to that home folder. Okay, great. So the system is logged into now, and we're just gonna find out, confirm rather, if John Smith has access to that home folder that we created on the server. Alright, we're gonna click on this PC. Right, and excellent. So we can see accounts is John Smith has access to that folder, accounts as well. Right, so let's just test it. I'm going to put something in that folder. Right, we're going to put text document, readme. Right, so we put readme in the accounts, and let's see if John Smith. See readme. Alright guys, and thank you so much. You can see that we have successfully created a home folder, and thank you so much for viewing, and I will see you in the other video.